Hello, I'm proud to be here, to be honest. I'm from Concrete. We are a 40 people office in Amsterdam, multidisciplinary office. And I'm not going to show you a flashy building, but I'm going to take you through our process, how we try to create a difference. And this is something we'd like to do in our office. I'm going to explain you a concept. That's a hotel concept where we try to change the way people should look and behave and should use hotels. It started with a serious frustration on existing hotels. We call this the Stay Away Hotel. It's a brand that has a huge amount of hotels around the world. I think 99% of the hotels in the world look like this. They maybe have a different materiality, they have a different color, a different texture, but there's always a bed smashed against the wall. There's a table, there are 6 remote controls, one for the DVD, one for the television, one for the air conditioning, one for the light blinds, etc., etc. It's cluttered together, and every year there's a new invention and they bring something in. In this case it was fruit, and next year there's new wallpaper, but there's not really something changed within the hotels. And when I was young I was traveling and I couldn't afford to stay in an expensive hotel, and then you had these cheap hotels, but in the ground floor there was always something happening, guys with guitars, and it was fun. If you go to a 5-star hotel, it becomes more and more boring. You have to put more signatures if you order a beer, more formality, more numbers. You are more client than a guest. In 1888, a Dutch painter, Van Gogh, painted this painting. And there's a German artist who did actually something that we want to do as well. He cleans up paintings. So he took the clutter out, put it under the bed, and you see there is space for opportunity. There's now space next to the bed where you could do something, or you could remove it. Another thing that is very interesting about this project is that this frustration was so deep that we couldn't wait for a client. So we did it ourselves. There was no client who told us what we had to do. There was no budget. It was us with this frustration. We want to have a 5-star sleep, a 5-star shower, but we didn't want to pay a 5-star price. So what we managed to do in our head, we have this 5-star hotel room there with this fluffy bed, and we had a very sharp knife, and we tried to cut out everything we do not need in a 5-star hotel. And then you create a hotel that's something else. This is something far away from a traditional hotel. And this was a sign that was up next to our hotel building to mention to the people in London that we were coming and that we were creating a hotel that is slightly far away from the Hilton. We have also letters from lawyers of the Hilton today. We try to solve that. But what we at the end did, when we cut out everything that you do not need in a 5-star hotel and kept everything that you do need, we were able to manage to fit this in a sea container. And this is the basics of one thing where we try to change the concept. We are able to build hotels off-site. We have a plant outside of London, and we are able to make a 5-star bed, a 5-star shower, everything off-site. So this is in a purely 100% conditioned environment. Everything fits. We have almost no waste because we calculated precisely what fits in. Our tolerances are almost zero. The television is in, the mattress is in, the television hangs on the wall, even the toilet paper is already in the room. We seal it and we bring it to site, and we are able to open a hotel way quicker than a traditional build. So what happens? This is the industry. We are able to produce 20 units a week, and we can stack up 200 units within the plant, so we can have almost a full hotel ready in our stock. We truck them to site. They are the size of a sea container, but they are a sea container, so they have also the connection bulbs that you normally have on a sea container. So they can go on trucks, they can go on boats. We crane them in, we stack them together, and at the end you have a hotel. It's not that simple, I tell you. The ground floor we always build traditionally. That has to do with conditions on the ground, if we built in steel or we built in concrete. In Holland, because we have more hotels than one, in Holland we were able to put emergency exits in containers as well. The elevators are in containers as well. In London, where restrictions are, the laws are slightly different, we had to build the emergency exits traditionally, but again the lifts and even disabled rooms were in containers, pre-manufactured. And then we stacked them together. Everything is in, so the sprinkler is in, the piping is in, the isolation is in. You just put them together and glue them to each other. The connectors that connect the containers, we completely developed that they are fire resistant, that they're noise controlled, etc., etc. It takes us 2 weeks to stack the whole hotel. We put carpet in the corridor and it's ready. In London we even had the advantage that we could have 2 rooms together in an even larger container, because we were managing by trucks to get these kind of units into town. It's just behind the Tate Modern. And then you stack them together and you have a building. One thing we did with the building is that we invite a local artist to use it as a playground, as a platform for him to express his vision on the world. And here you see an artist who tells what he believes. So this also gives the meaning, purpose for the environment, the people around it who live there. They normally do not use buildings as a hotel. In England they do for drinking, but most of the times they do not use hotels. We were forced by the government to use the yellow traditional brick from the neighborhood, so we were able to change that into cast concrete panels with the, let's say, similar kind of pattern. You see that every container which already had glass when it leaves our industry has a different distance to the front of the building, so it creates a certain individuality within the building. But it's very subtle, so if you drive by you don't see it. If you come closer you see there is a slightly different person in every room. There are a huge amount of other frustrations we try to solve within this concept. The first thing is we had an internal courtyard that we tried to create as an oasis where you could have a smoke. As people know, in England they are always outside, even if it's snowing they will be standing outside with a drink. These are two double loaded space behind each other. In the middle there's this courtyard. This is the room where you have this 5-star bed. It's in front of the window. It's 2 meters by 2 meters 20, so it's probably bigger than any of the beds we are all sleeping in hotels or at home. There's a vanity, there's a desk, there's a shower, there's a toilet. It is affordable luxury. That's actually what we were trying to do. So we create a 5-star experience for £99. Another interesting thing within the DNA of CitizenM is that if we manage to make the room cheaper or order them in larger quantities, everything we gain we try to put back. So today we are able to also put a minibar into your bedroom. The minibar will not be stocked, but there is a small tag in there that tells you what's the closest grocery store in the surroundings, where the drinks are way cheaper than in a Hilton hotel. Here you see the way of building, the ground floor areas. If you take out a lot of space of a bedroom, of course there are certain things that you sometimes need in a hotel, so we really want to compensate that on the ground floor. So we're creating lobbies like huge living rooms with all different kinds of functions together as your social heart of the hotel. And this also means that you do not have to leave the hotel. You're actually staying in a suite. Your bedroom is upstairs, and downstairs you have a huge living room that you can use, where you can mingle, where you can have a drink. Check-in is completely automatized, so we know all your information because of your credit card. You just come in, you get a key card, you can go to your room. We don't have staffing, we have ambassadors walking around. An ambassador knows how to help you with check-in, can take care of your luggage, can also make a coffee for you. So that's not that there are different kinds of disciplines. There's no manager, they're just ambassadors helping you out if you need something. Because this is behind the Tate Modern, and because the owner is also a big art fanatic, we try again to make up, and we try to create a luxury experience with a certain kind of fun and in an affordable way. So what we did, we asked a graffiti artist to take over our total back wall of the ground floor, asked them to make a work, and we hoped that they would not stay within the lines of our wall, and they didn't. So they, as a graffiti artist goes over everything, they went over our architecture as well, and our interior design. The inner courtyard, a small bookstore, what is actually a big black book that opens up, and within the book there are art books that you can buy. You can also buy them online, so you don't have to carry them. We know it's stupid to buy books in a different city and take them in your hand luggage back home. So you can do that also online. Living rooms where you have places to really lay down. There are places with small tables where there are small screens integrated in the cabinets, so you can connect your computer and we could have a small presentation together. We don't need a meeting room for that. Places for communal breakfast, for private working, for meetings. On the left you see the art piece blurring over the mirrors, over emergency exit doors, cozy cabinets. The cabinets are dressed in a way that we enhance the discussion between kitsch and art. There are a huge amount of art pieces in there, but there are also a huge amount of ugly kitsch pieces within the cabinet, and we hope that a lot of discussion happens there. A bar area, and a kitchen that you can of course use yourself, so you can just walk into the kitchen, grab the food you like, and you just pay for the things you need. The hotel has one price, it's £99. It's including VAT, it's including Wi-Fi, it's including all the movies, it's including porn, it's including whatever you need, except for your food and drink. Water is very cheap. A croissant is also affordable, but we also have champagne and sushi if you like. What this means, and this is for a new generation of travelers, they want to spend their money wisely. So they are way more casual. You can stay for £99, you have some money left, so you can have dinner at Gordon Ramsay and stay in a hotel with like-minded people. And if you go to a 5-star hotel, you probably waste all your money on a room and 7 remote controls. Where in this hotel, we just have 1 remote control in the bedroom. It's a tablet, and with the tablet, you can do anything you like. You can go on the internet, you can close the curtains, you can change the color of your room, watch television, make it darker, even make a phone call home. We use Skype phones, so you don't pay a lot. It's, I think, 1 cent all around the world. So we try to make a hotel different. We build it in a different way. The model of financing is completely different. Per square meters, we have way more bathrooms than any other hotel. We can build 3 rooms, where an average 3-star hotel can build 1. We opened 10 months earlier as a traditional hotel. In every way, we try to change hospitality. It's not a 1-star, it's not a 5-star. It is also not a 2, 3, or 4-star. It's nothing in between. It's a new category, and we call it affordable luxury. And you see that a lot of competitions, and also especially the big brands in hotels, are really looking at us, what are you doing? But we really try to change. The concept has proven itself. The hotel you saw in Bankside is number 4, after 2 in Amsterdam, 1 in Glasgow. And we are building now, I think, 7 at the same time. 1 is almost finished in New York, 1 is almost finished in Rotterdam. The concept remains the same. It's a stacked brick. The brick is the container. The facade can be changed by local.
Time to conclude, Rob.
Okay, well, I'm on this my last slide. So, architecturally, we can adapt the facade to the local needs. Of course, we are forced to use the size of the container. But on the Amsterdam hotels, they are more high-tech because the airport insisted on having a metal-cladded facade. In Glasgow, it's a natural stone. We're experimenting with wooden facades, and on Shoreditch we even go to a different facade system to match the local requirements. But the backbone of it, this container, including the glass, including everything, is our Lego brick where we try to move forward.